Good evening. My name is Tahir Qureshi. Welcome to Community Coffee Talk. Today's topic is our youth, our future. I am pleased to welcome Irshad Awan uh, to join me in this conversation, and I'm hoping that others will also join to have a conversation on this topic. So welcome, Irshad, brother. How you doing today?
Thank you, Mr. Qureshi. It's really a privilege and an honor to be here on this platform. And I think you took a pretty good initiative to get involved the youth and what can we do for the youth or what youth are doing. Is there anything we can help them to steer their path? So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, our youth, our future. As you know, that the current generation is working with things and dealing with challenges which will impact the future generation. Our forefathers who have done things in the past and built this civilized society, what we are enjoying today. So that means all of us have a duty not only to look after our family and family members and our local friends, but our youth as a community. Because community is a common unity where we have a very diverse community. So we have a couple of issues, and these are the could be hurdles, could be challenges that our youth could be facing, and we have a platform. It's called Voice of Canadian Citizen. It's a CRA registered not-for-profit organization, and we are planning to bring more youth to get engaged in building bridges, building loving, caring society and leadership. So the question we have today's conversation, we begin, what type of challenges our children are facing? Are they looking for employment? Are they looking for education? Are they looking for interest in various fields, counselor services in higher education, or some programs where they can sharpen their skills and do a better job? And science, technology, we have talked about that in the past, public representation, seeking the public office in a municipal, federal, or provincial. So there are lots of topics there, and I hope that few of our youth will join us, and then we'll be able to welcome them. So Shasa, what do you think about what are the challenges, because you are a media person, and what type of challenges that you see people, children are facing or struggling that we can help?
Now, before I answer that question, I want to just go back your comments that people like before us or like our seniors, they build this country and they build the system, and we are enjoying that. So I would say like with the youth, we also have like a vested interest because these youth, when they're better off, we'll be better off because we are going to that way where we're going to get the government, all those benefits and everything. So we do have some interest, our vested interest in the youth. They would, as, when they earn more, we will be better off as like seniors. So I want to encourage all of us to help the youth so they can get a better job, better education, and they build a system, and so we will enjoy that too. So thank you so much.
That's the part and parcel with it.
Yes.
If you look back the more 100 years, technology, development, economics, way of life, how the society governed, and racism and laws were implemented to get rid of racism, hate crime, things like that. So our society and civilization has progressed tremendously, even though we still have those elements, and the children will be facing as well. So you have a good point. We have to create that opportunity for them, so they have a good, you know, a good income, so they can support when we are retiring and getting all the evidence. Of course, they have to get a job. So that's why the education is very important, and focus is what our children are looking. You know, in back home, as you know, we want doctor, engineers, and that's it. But there are so much diverse job opportunities now and skill set, and the government is offering programs, and we can help. So I think I leave it with you to finish your conversation on that.
Yeah, that's why I make those comments that it's not that we just want to have the youth. No, we have our interests too. So I want to encourage all our like the people like us. They come, they should join you, and they should support you. That's that Mr. Qureshi started a good program, so they come and then they they give their input too. And I also want to make a lot of comments here, maybe not related to this, that when you ask me something, so I don't consider my word like as a last word that I'm the authority. No, what I'm saying is just to start the conversation. So if
Yeah.
the second person here, they say, oh no, that doesn't make sense. So that person, second person share, and when the third person listen to this conversation, there's oh no, they both are not saying right. So this way we can start the conversation, and at one point we maybe get somebody maybe took one of my point, one of your point, one of the third person's point. So this way we can come on some kind of agenda, some kind of platform where we all agreed, okay, we have bits and pieces, okay, and then we can go forward with that.
Yeah, yeah. This is what I was trying to figure this out. The the most important thing is for our society. The thing that in my past episode in the past, I said for the development of any society, you need education, you need transportation, and communication. So most important thing is, do we have education? Because when you have a good education, you will build that communication style. And then you need to have a transportation that help the economy to survive and move the goods around. So communication, we know that we have a cell phones, and we have better communication than anybody. It's a little bit expensive though, but we have a communication education system. How we can facilitate that, because it requires a counseling. So under Voice of Canadian Citizens, which is a not-for-profit organization, we have chapters in many cities across Canada, and we try to bring children and a youth to come and interact. We provide them a platform they can speak, build their leadership skills, communication skills, and without burdening them with anything. And I was just talking to one of our board director, Marina Qureshi. Um, she ran for Ward 5, and she spoke very well. So I'm hoping that she will continue her endeavor to go to politics, but she has to engage herself. So one is education, to make sure our children are guided. If they need a counseling, they can contact us, our board or myself. We will provide them counseling, and we are able to create a platform where they can communicate with people, because you have to intellectually compete in this environment. You cannot uh, remain isolated to one specific demographic. In order to compete intellectually for the job or entrepreneurship, business, innovation, and technology, you have to be diverse. So this is important. So we can provide training for that. We have available to us highest educated professional professor from universities who can volunteer their time for the lecture if somebody want some guidance. So this is one of the education side. Second thing is providing counseling. Second thing is you have counseling to seek leadership. once you have a job, we help them to find jobs. And then after you have settled your family, you think about helping community and families. So these are the part and parcel. So we're trying to determine what is the priority of our youth right now and how we can help them.
So when we talk about the education, I don't believe that when you say the education, it just means that we need to produce the doctor or the engineer or the lawyers or the accountant. No, to me, education means the way you can earn your livelihood. So I'm pretty much like also in the favor of skills to trade too. You can be a good plumber.
Yeah.
You can be a good handyman. So there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
We always think about that, okay, we have to have like a doctor, engineer, or the accountant. No. As long as you earn honestly your livelihood, I'm for it. I will go for it. So I think we have to give some respect to those skills, those trades. We have to encourage our youth to learn those skills too, because first of all, the pay is pretty good there too, whether you believe it or not. Or no, I think you know maybe better than me, because you are in this like industry where when we call like a plumber or like a handyman, how much they charge. So those are also like very respectful area. So let's say somebody is not somebody, everybody's not equal. Some people like to study, some people don't like to study. Okay, and if you see some people don't like to study, there should be like a way that we can steer them towards like trades, so they can learn like plumbing or electrician or air conditioning or heating. So this way we also have like we can funnel our youth into the different direction, and we have like pretty good a spectrum of the youth.
Yeah, I agree with you. There is a perception of, it's type of assessing a child or a youth, what their ambitions are, what their aspirations are. Are they lean toward a technical profession? They want to go scientific profession, they go to medical profession, health, or they want to do technical. Economically, as you can see back home from our mostly Indian Pakistani friends, they focus to everybody to be a doctor or engineer or whatever. Okay, but that's not end of it. IT technology is making money. There are some countries that bring their employees into Canada and North America. Now they're transferring billions of dollars overseas because we lack that skill set in Canada. So idea again is best thing that I heard from one of my a dear friend, I think is A.Q. Rana. He's a neurologist in Toronto, and I'm very pleased to mention his name. He said, make sure your children have a license, because once you have a license, if you cannot find a job, you create your job.
Absolutely, totally agree with that.
So if you have a plumber, you have a license. Electrician, you have a license. The electrician, when he comes to your house, a plumber, they charge you $300. They don't do anything. They say, coming to you, incoming, and my 2 hours spent, you have to give me $300. So I tell you, the doctor using OHEB charge, I don't think he charged that much money. And I tell you, the contractors who have a license that trade, they're making lots of money. So
Absolutely.
idea again is to match the needs of the people and give them direction, because contractors, they make $200,000-$300,000 because there's a lot of work. I have electrical work. I call the guy, it costs me $300. And there are some companies who have established online system where you subscribe and bring the electrician, plumber into your house, and you pay $90 an hour plus HST. So this is very good, because we need to see what our trend is. So sometimes not everybody is going to be a politician, not everybody going to be a doctor, not everybody going to be an engineer, but we can guide them to be having a technical education with a license, so they are able to have a good life by working hard.
Absolutely. Like, so first of all, we have to give all the profession respect. We should not say, oh, no, no, that's a low category profession, or you should not go there. No, every profession is respectful.
Yeah,
As long as you work hard, you're working honestly, that's a respectful profession. Nothing wrong with that. So, so like in our own, now I'm talking about like in the community, like as a whole, we should give respect to those professions too.
absolutely. Now, the other thing is because of coronavirus, children have challenges. Right now, they're staying home until the university starts. We learned that they will be mostly going to through online, maybe a couple of semesters before they open up the school. So they will be all online. So the people will have challenges. Some people may not have the facilities. They're struggling. So idea again is to see how many families are struggling to communicate, make sure the children, our youth, will have the facility. If they need a computer or laptop or something, we should ask people to help, because this is how everything is going to work now, to help each other, because coronavirus is not going there. It is going to end, and as winter starts, we're going to have it again. And now this particular coronavirus 19 COVID-19 has created a fear in people's mind. So anytime you go out, I was out, I went to see my client, I was wearing the mask all the time, and doing some real estate, business. So this is a fear now. We cannot go there. And coming home, washing, cleaning, this is the way of life. So our children will be suffering and thinking about it, what can be done about it. And if they need help, we can invite doctors to come and speak to them. Maybe next episode we talk about the coronavirus and impact on our reopening, so students can learn from it, and from the doctors. I have a Dr. Sheila Jaffrey. She's USA in Michigan. She's specialist, and we have other doctors here in Toronto, Mississauga. So we're going to invite them. Maybe it's a good idea to help our students to go back to university or deal with the challenges and be prepared for that. So I agree. So these are health related issues, because this is directly impacting our children to study and how they plan to study. So I wanted to hear from them. So hopefully that as we start this program, and more and more will join us and have a conversation, because we want to hear from them. This is why it's very important for us to know what are they thinking, what are the challenges they have. And sometimes you have students, they're going to the colleges and university, families struggling. So idea again is to find out what are the challenges we have, so we can help our children.
Yeah, as you mentioned that a lot of stuff is being done online now.
Yeah.
So I think we can use that opportunity for our, let's say, for seniors too, like people who are like retired or semi-retired. They can, if they have some skills, if somebody knows some accounting, or somebody knows some language skills, maybe they can set up a virtual classroom, and they can teach our student too. So there is an opportunity for people like retired or semi-retired, and for the kids. So kids can get involved, and those people can get involved too.
Yeah, I have established IO Learning is an institute of online learning, and I'm in the process of putting courses there for various field, and helping youth as well as adults to learn skills. So hopefully it's called IO Learning, IOOLEARNING.com. So this is my way of sharing an experience and helping people to understand what we can do for us. So question I have again for you is that, so now because of coronavirus, people are restricted, but there are always way of doing it. Everybody has to learn new way of doing business now. Our children, our youth, they also have to, because needs of the community has not dropped. We have seniors, they're struggling, and we need to help them. And I remember recently during Ramadan, and Ariana Amber was distributing food to shelters and food banks and all over GTA, and all our youth were really playing a big role. So this is right now, they are right now sitting at home thinking about how they're gonna go about the next school session, semester, and how it will affect them. Now, as a part of the multicultural society, it's very important to understand the society, different religions, different faith groups, how they live together, because our prime goal of the community is building bridges, that we are able to. And I tell you, youth are the best ambassador of peace, because they are studying here, and they, from kindergarten to the university, they have built very diverse friendship. And I can tell you, because I'm witness to it, because I have kids went through the highest education in Canada and the US. And they have so many friends, which not only we have not gone out of our comfort zone to build too many friendship outside. So they would be really good ambassador. And I'm hoping that they continue to get engaged to build their profile. So how's your experience with youth acting as ambassador, going out and communicating with the rest of the community?
I will take like one step back, and I will not put everything on the shoulder of the youth. I think we have to set the example also. For example, I'm quite involved with the Filipino community, and to some extent to the Vietnamese community, and to some extent the Spanish community as a whole, are a few people from Mexico. So we have to set the example that, okay, we can get along with those other people. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. And so sometimes the question comes, okay, is there going to be halal food or not halal food? That's the first hurdle or first obstacle. And okay, is there going to be alcohol there, or there not going to be alcohol? Okay. When you go to those parties, nobody's going to force you to eat non-halal food per se, or nobody's going to ask you to, oh, okay, you got to drink alcohol. No, you can drink water, you can drink soft drink. Okay, nothing wrong with that. And funny thing is, like on those parties, some people, they don't drink alcohol due to some medical reason or some personal reason.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna know anyone who say, okay, I'm sitting in the corner and everybody's having fun. No, there are people who don't drink, for whatever reason. And as the food goes, okay, you can get the salad, or you can get the chips, or you can get like a vegetarian like pizza or something. And what I have seen, when you go to the different communities, and when they know that, okay, somebody's coming from a Muslim faith or whatever, they're very like kind. They will order just cheese pizza, or they will get some vegetarian stuff, and they get some soft drinks. So it goes both ways. If we go there, they will show respect us too. So I would say, like, before the youth, we have to set the example. When we mingle around with different community, then we can take our youth with them and show them, okay, there's nothing. Because the first perception I heard is, oh, there's going to be non-halal food there, we're not going to go there. Or there's going to be alcohol, so we're not going to. No, you go there, you visit them, and you see what's going on there. And next time you take your youth through.
No, it is as a part of the interaction with the different faith group. We've been involved. I'm going to admit another person is joining us, this young fellow, Katak, Heather Khadak. He's joining us, so that's good.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, Heather, welcome. Please.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you very much for joining. Looking forward to, we were talking about the community youth, and you guys are youth people. We're trying to
Yeah, there
hear
you
from
go.
you. What are the challenges you have, how you feel about it, and
Salam.
what we can do to help you to build this. So, Mr. Arshad Awan is a TV anchor, very famous personality. So, you want
MashaAllah.
to share something about us, what our youth, our future. What is the challenge that you feel that you have or you see in the society where we can help? As I mentioned before, we have a not-for-profit organization. It's called Voice of Canadian Citizen. We have a chapter in almost 48, 49 cities across Canada. And we need
MashaAllah.
to get more and more people to get involved and learn, and we can provide facility. And can you share some experience, or are you a member of our VCC chapter or not?
No, I am not yet, but I just actually, yesterday I got an invitation from you. So I just wanted to learn more that what's your, agenda for the meeting, and what is your mission to accomplish? So,
Our mission of the community is to threefold. Number one, building bridges. We need to build, because we came from all of us from a different society where there is always ongoing conflicts, and we left those conflicts behind. And when something happens back home, we start yelling and screaming and abusing and insulting people. So we want to leave that thing out of Canada and have a build bridges, have understanding, because if we can live here peacefully and message goes back, you guys can live that too. Okay. Second thing is loving and caring society. Our youth, our children, our community, we need to help to make sure we care. I tell you, in our community, I know we are very generous. We donate, volunteer, food banks, shelters, medicine, you name it. So we continue to do that, and we want to make sure that our children, our youth, will also follow that, our objectives of building a loving and caring society. Because
right.
society, we are a part of everybody. We cannot say, I am this, I'm a Muslim, you're a Hindu or Christian or Jew. No, we are all Canadian, and we take the perspective of humanitarian. We're a humanitarian, and then good Canadian citizen. So we
That's
treat
right.
everybody equally, without gender, without color, without any discrimination. Third one objective is youth leadership. What we have seen today, what we are enjoying today, our forefathers in Canada have spent their life, built the society and community, and what we are able to enjoy, and you and me, all of us migrated here. So we have an obligation, civic obligation, to give back to the society.
Right.
And that only can happen is with the experience we all have, we share with our children. And this is why 6 years ago, I registered Voice of Canadian Citizen, and we have quite a few youth who have already participated in the politics.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they're not able to come. We have lots of conferences since 2014. So
Okay.
we have a 6 year. So we have done event. We talk about this terrorism, hate crime, youth leadership, education seminar, health seminar, community services, charitable organization. Someone who one time we have some killing done in Quebec or something in the US, Senegal. We did event educating people, don't follow what's happening on the other side, make sure that we build that community, harmony and peace. We did a very big event with a Western church, Father Jeff Brown. So we are doing that, but we need to engage more and more youth.
Okay. Okay. That's a good idea, actually. I like that idea.
And we are Voice of Canadian Citizen. We speak English, so people can watch us, they can read us. And we can talk privately in our native language. Everybody has a right to do that. But the goal of my goal of community coffee talk is have a conversation that everybody can participate and share and understand. And can it, we have French and English are two national languages, so we
That's
speak
right.
English.
Yeah.
So now you have an idea. So where do you live, Heather?
I live in Mississauga.
Oh, so it's our town. So
Yes.
wonderful. So how long you been in Mississauga?
I actually I got a Canadian immigration in 2006. So I came here and I went to Alberta. I started admission in actually PhD, but then I actually voluntarily dropped it because after PhD we are overqualified, so
Yeah.
that's why I moved back to Ontario and I started a job here. So since then I have been living here since 2000, you can say 2007.
So first of all, we welcome you to Voice of Canadian Citizen. We
Thank
have a chapter. It's called Mississauga chapter, VCC chapter. Please join and make sure on your Facebook you are showing Mississauga as a residence and your own picture, because we don't allow children picture or animal pictures or religious symbols.
Yeah.
Idea is to keep a unity and harmony between us without discriminating anyone. Plus, we want to build friendship with you, and that's more important. So now, how many do you have a university or high school going children?
I have actually one daughter who will be going to grade 9, so I think that's considered high school, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I just want to tell you, I am a judge in a speech competition in Peel region. I'm the only Muslim who's participating for the last 6 years. This year I couldn't do it because of coronavirus.
Oh,
And
okay.
we go and I will go and analyze the speeches of the young kids. You won't believe it, how much talent we have. And they speak, and I mean, they're diverse. So every time I go there, they recognize me because I've been asking other community members to join and participate, but nobody does. So Peel region called me again and again and every year. So this year I didn't go, and I missed them really, because they gave me some teddy bears and some stuff that I have in the back cabinet, because you know how I do and do things. So
Right.
Mr. Wan, we can welcome Mr. Khatak. So he's a new addition in our conversation. So that's good to see that.
Yeah, welcome, Mr. Khatak. Yeah, thanks for joining us here. Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you want to share any experience, children experience, anything, adults, what do you think the children should be doing it? Because you went for PhD and you didn't get to do it, or you didn't want to do it, and you come back. This is a big problem for Asian. They have lots of degree education and nobody wants them, because unless it's,
Right.
this is happen.
Yeah.
So you want to share anything about the youth?
Actually, it's a good idea that we should have a bridge. So it starts from the home. So from our own home. So I know your kids are grown up now, but my kids are still, very small. The oldest one is going to high school, and then I have a son who just completed his, and then I have a daughter after that too, who just actually got admission in full-time his program. And then I have the youngest one is actually, she's about 3 years old, so.
Mashallah.
Yeah, mashallah. So, I don't have actually much experience how the young children, especially the youth here. I consider the youth after 13 years old, right? So I don't have much experience with that, but it's a good idea to have a platform.
See, you just mentioned about the PhD, and you have experience, because you analyze it. Okay, maybe PhD is not going to give me the benefit of spending now, and I better get to start making money and do something. And
exactly.
And we all fulfill the dream of our children. And I have a grandson, Samir. He will be going to. He got offered from all the universities. So he will be going to, I think, Waterloo. He likes that university, and he turns 17, I think, or 18, exactly somewhere. and he's going there. So I have a grandchildren now, start going to university.
Mashallah, mashallah.
So, alhamdulillah, this is good because my always focus is education. You know, education is a gift that nobody can steal.
Right.
And nobody can steal, and you can intellectually compete with people. In my life, I have experienced so much influence for people who have lots of money. And they always throw at your face that you have lots of money and what you do. I said, listen, what I have, you don't have. You need people like me to do things for you. So you are dependent on me. So don't take that you have a lots of money or you own half of Mississauga. That doesn't mean anything to me because you still need me. So that's a gift nobody can steal. That's why it's very important that we give highest education. Now, looking at the education point, maybe Awan, you can add that to me, is that education is to prepare you a good human being. It gives you enough skills that you adopt a profession or occupation that give you income that you can live on and fulfill your responsibility and get married, have a family, and support not only your children, but also your elderly parents. That's our heritage. Now, if you don't focus on type of education at the time when you are making a decision, especially the high school student are very important in a grade 11 and 12 to choose, because it will help them to choose the schooling they want. Not only they need to know what that is, but you have to get there in order to achieve a good level. So they need to know which universities, what's the grade level they are looking for that. And also what is their passion. We force children to do something, and then what happens, the children are not happy. I met today somebody, my client, and his daughter study medical assistant. And today I met her and she said, no, I'm going to horticulturist. She wants to do the farming.
Mm-hmm.
So that means her heart is in farming, and all this time in graduation, she was in college, she was studying medical assistant. So this is why it's very, very important to have a conversation with children, which areas of livelihood or profession you want to choose. So it gives you a direction, so you are not wasting time. You want to add, Mr. Shad Awan, on something on that?
Excuse me. No, as I said before, that we have to start give the respect to all the professions. As the elder, we should not be focusing on being okay, my child should be a doctor, engineer, I don't know. To me, education is the way you're going to live. It's not like your degree. It's your studies and your home education, your surroundings, where you hang out with the people. To me, that's like a combination of everything which produced a good citizen.
Yes,
So to me, it's like a good citizen. Whether a good citizen could be maybe a person who didn't finish the high school. It doesn't matter that that person is going to be a bad citizen. No. So to me, you have to be a good citizen, whether you have a PhD or whether you don't have a PhD, you just have high school. So that's one part. And the other part is we have to give respect to all the professions, whether you're a plumber, you're an electrician, or you're a handyman, or you do landscaping, or whatever you do, as long as you put a hard day's work, that should be respected.
Absolutely.
So, as I said before, not all children are on the same level. Some people like this thing, some people like that thing, they are good in this thing. So you have to see kids' aptitude, where they are trying to go. And you give a pretty good example just right now, because a person finished the medical assistant or whatever the profession, maybe because parents asked to do that, but still that person want to go to a different profession. That's where the heart is. So that's my take, that we should respect the people, respect our kids' views too, and we should, as a community, respect all the profession too.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Now, Heather,
Yes.
do you have any consultation or counseling for your children because you're a young family? That what are their desire, what are their passion, what they love, and what they want to do? Because I'll share you a story later on about my son, and it's a funny, but I tell you, it led him to become a doctor. And I tell you funny story. When I was driving a $13,000 van 30 years ago, and I used to come to Mississauga, visit. I have a van. I believe it was a 13,000, something like that, 30 years ago. And he was a young. And anytime you see a car, Ferrari or something going beside us, and I look kind of ashamed of having such a basic car. And I tell him, that car is a $200,000. I'm talking about 30 years ago. I don't know how much is now. I say, in order to get that Ferrari, what you going to do? And I say, what kind of profession do you need to have to drive that car? Because I'm a poor guy. I'm not a businessman. I have nothing. I'm a new immigrant. So we talk about that, and he said, "Oh, I'm going to be doctor. I'm going to be engineer." And we have a conversation from Etobicoke to Mississauga, and we figured out, okay, you want to be a doctor? We'll see. That's a long time, right? And mashallah, he is doctor. His wife is a doctor. So we have not only one, we got two doctors, and third one is trying to be a doctor, so he's applying for it. So again, because I used to sell them, if you need to have that Ferrari, you need that time I used to say $2 million house. And you need to have a wife, they're going to spend maybe $4,000 shopping every month. You need to pay $5,000 mortgage. So we add them up, it was a $25,000 income per month. And we were trying to figure out what profession give $25,000 income. And I tell you, I'm in real estate. Yes, in real estate, if you are a good guy, you can make $25,000. You don't need to be a doctor. But I'm just telling you an example. This is a conversation. So this is a father and son and all driving together as a family, have a conversation. And my wife used to say, "Oh, it's very boring. This is too early. They are 3-4 years old." But it set the pace. And I remember when the internet came later on, they used to search which profession give more money. One time one was talking about architect, one is talking about civil engineering, some about this. At the end, he said, no, I want to go medical. He said, humanitarian is good. You have a lot of respect, but you mentioned that. So I'm giving you an example of that. So you have young kids. This is what my routine is, kids. I talk about them and say, what are you guys doing? How you're spending your time? Are you playing games or social activities, volunteering? Instead of playing on the computer, why don't you go out and volunteer? So do you do that kind of conversation with your kids? Because you are kind of new, but still you've been in here now 14 years.
Right. So I actually normally it's a good point that we should be having a constant communication with the kids. So my daughter actually, who is just going to be in grade 9, so she wants to become an artist. And she normally, she gives me some kind of beautiful things, and I praise her. That it's a good idea to have to be an artist. Because nobody by choice goes to it's rarely happen. That people choose that kind of profession. But I really respect that she likes that profession, and from time to time she actually makes some kind of new creations, and I praise her that it's a good idea. So for example, I think it was yesterday, she actually put like some of the drops on the mirror in the washroom, and those drops, and then she turned on the light and she just put some kind of light, and it was so beautiful, and then she puts the hand, so it looks like holding the drops in the air. So it was a really nice picture.
See, that's amazing. this is so amazing. And I tell you, one of our founding director of Voice of Canadian Citizen, I just spoke to her. She was with the family. She couldn't come. Her name is Alia Marker. Her father has a lot of business, and he is also my client. And he wanted her to be architect to help her in her business. Okay. But she went to speech therapy. Those people who have a disability, they can
Right.
hear. She's
Right.
doing that so she can help communicate people who cannot speak the
Right.
sign language.
Right.
She's doing that. Is amazing. And she was in a last show, brilliant speaker, young. And when she was 20 years old, I think at that time I opened this company, and a not-for-profit organization. She's a founding member of that. And this is
Mashallah.
why I love youth, to get them involved. So as I mentioned in our program, that VCC has platform. We have Mississauga chapter, Brampton chapter, Oakville chapter, Milton chapter. Anywhere you have a friend, they can get involved and set a program. We will help sponsor their activity. They don't need to spend money. We have people, they will give money for coffee, donut, pay the rent, and they just come. And I have spent lots of money to have a sound system, speaker, everything. So we don't borrow nothing from. I paid from my pocket. So we can use those to give them. She learned how to speak to public on our platform, and now she's a very good MC.
Mashallah. Mashallah.
When our children are not able to go out and speak in a public, they don't get that confidence, correct? They're shivering. We shiver also at this age. We don't know what to say, right? So we are creating that opportunity so they don't have to fear. They come to a community center. Unfortunately, because of coronavirus, we have to use now the FaceTime, and hopefully soon this will be over. But this is very important. I'm very impressed that she's doing it. We need to support our children. Mr. Awan has mentioned that we should respect whatever they want. They need to be happy. And I tell you one good picture. My daughter is a very good. She was telling me the other day, I was thinking about making my YouTube channel. And this is the
Mashallah.
first youngest daughter that she's going to be, hopefully she passed one more exam. She's going to be helping me because I need her, and going to university and helping me. So idea again is to encourage them and sit with them every dinner. If I get the opportunity, we talk about how was your day? How was in school? Do you need any help? There's any, or something you want to share with us? And this is exactly what I'm doing with my son. I say, what happened? How was the hospital today? Or too many coronavirus, how you're protecting yourself, how screening is done. So we talk about these things. It's very good. So parents should be friend with their children in Canada.
Right.
We normally back home is very different style, right?
Right.
You need to be friend. So they can respect you, they care for you, and there's nothing you cannot impose on children your way of life because they are exposed to a very different environment. So idea is to guide them and be close to them and trust them. Important thing is trusting your children. It's very, very important. If you accuse them, there are lots of problems in the society where drugs are coming in the school and things happen and challenges that as a community activist and part of a community, we hear those challenges once in a while, and we give them guidance and counseling. So idea is, instead of children spending time in the shopping malls, they should be organizing events and giving back society, learning and participating. So Juan, you want to add something else? We're going to close our program in next 10 minutes.
Yeah, I just want to say that you just said that there's an age, especially this teenager people, you really cannot control them, and you cannot impose your will,
yeah,
or your wishes, or you cannot tell them. And I've been through that phase. I now have like a 18 and a half years old, and The other one, I think around like 16, and the other one's 13. So I have those concerns, especially the eldest one when he went to high school. I thought that the sky's gonna fall on me because I have so many stories that when kids go to the high school and they do this, they do that. So I was quite worried about that. But thank God, the tactics you just told us, the communication. You gotta be friend with them. You gotta talk to them. You have to mention those words like the weed and everything. You gotta talk. You're gonna ask them, and every now and then, maybe I'm a bad for whatever. Every now and then you smell their bag. Is there any smell in there? Those kind of thing. You don't. You don't watch them. You don't like a hawk, but still you do your due diligence. See if there's something going on. So, and in the meantime, I have like my own non-profit organization as well. It's called like Muslim Children's Fund of Canada, and I start doing the fundraising, lemonade stand. There we go together. We go to the shelters. We go here and there. So I kept them busy with me. So I think they've been through that phase, because even though I have like the teenager now, but the eldest one set up an example, and they pretty much listen to him now. And I think, thank God, and thank to my, elders and everything, and my friend, that I'm in good shape now. I don't have to worry about anything now.
Wonderful. Heather, brother Heather, you want to say something before we close the program and I give my final message? You want to share anything?
No, I just want to know that. I just want to know about the frequency of the meetings like this. So.
We do every Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Okay.
And we want to invite youth and give them the opportunity so they can communicate and discuss. We used to have a live program. I used to run community center, and it is Voice of Community Citizen is not. I'm the founder of it, but it is for everybody. We have directors who are running it. It's not I cannot say it's mine. It is in not-for-profit organization, belong to everybody. And we have chapters in almost 49 cities across Canada. So only thing is unfortunately, sometime I end up with my age, I'm almost 68, and I am doing day night to keep people engaged in this, whereas I like to pass on this responsibility to other people to get involved and do things, because challenges when you have recently racism and challenges about one person, excessive use of force when Mr. Jaj Chaudhry was killed. These are the issues that where I have actually worked with the Peel region for many hate crime seminars with them. They have a diversity unit that comes out and give lectures free of charge and uniform, and they teach you about this. We have very good association with lots of our mayor, Bani Krambi, and other. They come and participate, our councillor, member of parliament, everybody. Whenever I invite them, they come and speak. So again, this program we're starting is to have, hey, hello, hi, how are you?
Salam Karo.
Young baby.
Yeah, she is the youngest one.
Okay, so we welcome you. We thank you very much for coming, and we like to see your children or friends. Please share the message, join the Mississauga chapter. And we share the news of Mississauga. Brampton has his own. We always looking for people, friends to join, and every chapter to be active. So we are able to give back to society. We've given foods, we have given raised funds, we have given many activities. So we want an organized way, Canadian way, and that's what the VCC is. So I thank you. So dear audience, today we have a conversation about our youth, our future. Unfortunately, we couldn't get our youth to join us because of some commitment. But our passion is there to help build bridges, build loving, caring society and youth leadership. We will create opportunity. We'd like you to join your chapters. We have chapters, Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, Oakville, Milton, Hamilton, Niagara Falls, British Columbia, everywhere. So you can join them and join and help. If you are passionate to help humanity, fellow Canadian, we will create opportunity for you. We have lots of sponsors. They will give you money. We organize it for you, arrange food or entertainment and community center. So at least you are giving back to the society, create opportunity. Our seniors, they need help. We can conduct seminars. If they're a health seminar, we have on our disposal lots of volunteer professionals who can help you, guide you, counsel you. If you're a student at a university, you're going, you need help, medical help, education, counseling, you name it, we can help you. So if you have any questions or if you want to join our forum, Voice of Canadian Citizen is a not-for-profit organization, and you can join, look for a chapter in the city that you live. We always have a name of the city and the word chapter. You can join and you can contribute and be a good part of our society, building bridges, building loving, caring society, youth leadership. I hope you like the program. I thank you, our panelists, Heather Khatak and Arshad Awan, for joining me. So hopefully we'll see you on next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Community Coffee Talk. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening. May God bless you all. And before I end the program, we thank all our doctors, health specialists, nurses, paramedic, police who are fighting against coronavirus. And may God keep them safe. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Allah.
Allah.